Hey everyone, how's it going? And I'm back for another stream of Planet Coaster. We're gonna be diving back into the park today. I'm not sure if I'll start on a different direction and see if we can do a different, like maybe head to the left and try a different type of park or a different type of theme, or if we're gonna stick in the country western and build out the restaurants like my original plan. I'm gonna wing it. Let's see how it goes. Holy crap. Simple Chica coming in with a tier 1 sub. 11 months in a row. You'd be a nice Chica for now. You're always a nice Chica. You are not fooling anyone. Actually, no, she's not. Run. Run, chat. Run. Thank you so much, Chica. I do appreciate that. And Sherlock Fox coming in with a Twitch Prime sub for 14 months in a row. Welcome back, Sherlock. Thank you so much for using your Twitch Prime on your one and only Twitch Prime on me. I do appreciate it, and I am honored. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And welcome. Thanks. I see you up there. Glad to have you here. We're going to dive back into Planet Coaster. I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with it. It just seems to fit with my kind of the theming that I want to do. And it lets me kind of get the creativity going and have some fun with it. So hopefully you guys like it. Help me to retail gremlin. Look, I saw the Gremlins movie. There's two different types of gremlins. You know, there's the bad ones, and then there's the Mogwai. We know you're the Mogwai. We know you don't eat after midnight. So, that being said, I guess we'll just jump into the game. Since I got a little bit of a late start, I think it'd probably be a good idea just to jump right into the game, huh? And if some of you didn't notice, I was feeling a little bit bad that my schedule's been erratic. Obviously, it's been a little bit erratic since my surgery, but even as of late, because I had my nephew come into town and I tossed out 20 gift subs yesterday, day before, just as a kind of thank you to everybody. Not something I plan on doing a lot. I'm working right now on trying to cut back my night job hours, which means I've got to be a little bit more frugal with what I do. But I felt bad, and I wanted to do something for the community, and hopefully it's good. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained. We got to try stuff. But as we left off on Planet Coaster, we were doing like a country western kind of theme. And on the last stream, we got about, say about 85-90% done with our roller coaster. I got a lot of scenery and stuff to put in. I've got the queue to put in. But the coaster itself is, for the most part, there. You know, we've got some lighting and some things going on. A little oil rig. And we have this thing diving down into the mountain. And the entire back half of the coaster, with the exception of a couple little holes that we poked in here intentionally to let some light in, it's almost a fully enclosed coaster. And we did a little bit of scenery in here, so you can kind of see that I put a little animatronic guy doing some mining in there all by himself, and there's a little bat. So there's some things to see on the coaster. We've got more to do, though. We've got more to do, and I've got a lot more to learn. You know, little things like, you know, we just basically built this rough structure of the building. Let me see if I can remember how to go down on this. Is it T? Yeah, T gives me the controls that I want. So we got the rough structure of this built out. Got a little bit of cowboy hanging out. We have a floating crate, which I'll have to fix. And edit the building. Give it a second. There we go. Let's shrink this down. Let's bring this down to where it actually makes sense. These crates don't float. And I'm going to see if I can continue to decorate this a little bit. You know, make it look a little bit more like a theme park would have. Obviously, the way that I have built this, it seems a little tight from the perspective of, like, I didn't design it in a way to where, as a hypothetical, I guess if I would have extended this wall out here from the queue, it would have given me a little bit more design room in this area. But I can do it outside. And it'll be fine. Before I continue, I think what I need to really focus on is I've got to find out where I want the entrance and the exit to this roller coaster to be. I made these two openings, and I think I need to go ahead and pick the roller coaster. Let's place the entrance. And I think I'll have the entrance go in the front, and we'll have the exit in the back. This way, you know, you come in here, this is where you'll actually get on the coaster, and that'll allow me to do all the queue lines and everything else outside. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. So we can do paths. Let's bring the angle snaps at 15% right now. Bring the width down to 4 meters. And I want to have an actual queue. So now the question is, can I get this queue to be underneath that wood? Actually, if I use this queue, it should be fine, right? Because that's a 4 meter piece. This is 4 meters, and it's got the lines in the direction that I want. So we want to put, I don't know if I want to have the railing on the ground queue or not. I don't know what the railing looks like. Let's just do this for a quick second so we would kind of get an idea as to what this queue looks like. Really? That's going to let me place that? That's really interesting that it lets me place the entrance here when there's no path. Normally what it does is it requires me to connect to a path for the attendant to stand there. That's very strange. That's not something I expected at all. I don't like the railing. Let's go here and see what curbs on ground path, railing on elevated. Let's just check all these and see. Let's just clear that out. That's very interesting. Okay, so that's just an actual... Okay, now I got it. That's the path. Okay. I didn't pick Q. That's path. So that's why. That's why it's letting me do it. So I've got to do Q. I've got to do this. And this is the one with the railings. Okay, now I got it. Sorry. So we want to do a 4 meter width because that's the width of this wood here. Line to a grid. We're going to get the grid from that path piece. And that way it'll all align. And I can turn these off. I'll leave the path supports on. Really? It's not going to let me place that, huh? Oh, you know what it is? It's probably because I have tunneling on. Let me undo that. Let me get rid of flattened terrain. Oh, you see what it is? You see what happened, chat? There is a slope. There's a slope right there. So if I do tunneling, wonder if that'll let me place that on the path. Because essentially it's carving out. Because what I want to do is I want to kind of... Okay, so now that I have that, let me see if I can edit this building. Is it not going to let me pick this piece? I'm going to see if we can get this one piece out. Because it doesn't look like it's lining up. It's trying to align to the grid, but it's not matching up with the building. So I'm going to have to clear that path out. Not a problem. I think if I just eliminate this this walkway that I created, and I'll just create it with the path itself. Let's see what we can do here. So we want a queue line. There we go. Now it's lining up. That's what I was looking for. So if I wanted to align it to a grid, I could align it to this grid, which is the one that I'm looking for, because that's the one that's actually going to be where the entranceway is. Why does it have the railing? Oh, it's from the path piece. Deselect the grid. Can I select the grid with the actual coaster on it? I guess I don't want to align it to a grid at all. I just want to do this. Now if I select the grid, I could select it from that Q piece. Got it. Now it's going to work. Now we're talking, chat. Now I got to figure it out. Okay, so essentially what it is you have to place, if you want it to line up with the building, I selected to align with the grid that the building was on, and it didn't line up vertically. So what I wanted to do is place a Q piece. It's going to give me exactly the height of this entry point, and then I can select the grid, and based off of that, it's going to let me do my Q. I could have sworn... and do this. Was it Z? I'm trying to remember how to do height. Oh, there it is. Okay. I can do a little bit of a staircase down. That's what tunneling on. I don't want tunneling on. Hey, Michelle. Oh, of course. And like I mentioned earlier on, I felt bad that my schedule has been as erratic as it has been. So it was my way of kind of giving back. And I wish I could have given it to everybody in the community. I really do. That's my one regret. Is unfortunately I don't have my day job pays me pretty well, but I don't have enough to cover everybody. That's my one kind of downside to it. Go ahead and get rid of these pieces just for right now, and I'll see what I can do about getting all that aligned. So let me go to done. Now I can go to paths, select the grid, selecting. Why is it not letting me? Oh, it's because I'm not on the queue. That's the one that's one of the things that's a little nitpicky on this game that I remember having to deal with before, is that the queue and the path, they look identical or they look pretty similar. So sometimes it's easy to mix them up. So let me go ahead and select the grid. Now that I'm on the queue, I should be able to do this. I can come out here. Why isn't this letting me raise it and lower it? Hey, Ferret, how are you? So I'm going to just do a little bit of a corral queue. And I'll end up covering that. I'm really curious as to why I can't... why it's not letting me... oh, I know why. It's because I'm still aligned to the grid. So if I get rid of the grid now, and again, I apologize if it sounds a little bit rusty on this, but I am relearning this game. So now that I have the path, the align to grid turned off, this is when I can start getting creative. Let's level it out. And again, it looks a little bit strange, so I'm going to back it up. And we'll see if we can get this thing to line up to the surface. You're in pain, but doing better. How are you? I'm doing fine. I hope you feel better. That's the important thing. I have, okay, and then I need to do the exit. Now the exit uses just a normal path. So let me see if I can do just a normal. Can I make it look kind of similar? It's intersecting the terrain. If I want to do, no, I don't want to. All right, I'll have to do that after I finish with the actual queue line, because that's not exactly what I'm looking to do. Let's back this up. Let's go over here. See if I can find this angle snap that I have set for may not be what I'm looking for. Okay, that'll at least give me the baseline of a queue. Your throat hurts, you're doing fine, just hurts to talk. Well, it's a good thing about chat. You can type. If you type, you don't have to talk. So now that I have this, let me go edit the building with the selected part. And then I think, was it a deck? Wooden deck? No, that wasn't it. It was a roof, right? It was a wooden flat roof, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was. So now if I put these in, because the queue line, let me get rid of this one. Come on, let me select it. There it goes. This is going to be a little bit strange. Is there a half? Yeah, there's a half wooden deck, which is not what I'm looking for. Damn it. I need a half wood roof. Gives me a quarter circle. I wonder if I can... No, it's going the wrong direction with the bar, with the lines in the wood. Let me see, can I adjust the grid size? Yeah, let's do this. Let's adjust the grid size to 2 meters. And that way I can go every other piece where I need to. We can make it look a little bit better. And just see if I can get a rough ballpark of like what a queue entrance area would look like. And then I can do, what was it, natural wood? Batten walls. And the batten walls are going to look a little bit different. So let's see if I can place these to where it looks almost like a foundation. So when the customers are walking up the queue, it's not going to look, you know, like there's nothing here. That's the thinking anyway. It's almost like we planned it, which we definitely didn't. We've been winging this from the very beginning. And I think, can I find a piece that can fit in there like this? I wish that would go behind the... Can I rotate this? Move this. There it goes. Okay, so some of them, if you rotate them 180 degrees, it'll fix the clipping. So that looks much better. And this is a little bit funky. I don't think I can find a piece that will fill that in. But I think it'll be okay. I'll put a bush or something there, because this is the exit queue anyway, so it's going to be outside. And then for this area here, I think they have... No, that's not a sharp enough angle. Just trying to see if there's something I can use to fill that in. I don't believe there will be, but it's worth a look just to see. This actually might work if I can get the height right and the location. I might have to bring my grid down to a meter. Just to see if I can get that lined up. Yeah, it's not going to line up the way that I'd like it to. But at least I can get it close, and then I can see if I can raise the terrain. All right, where'd it go? Let's bring this back out. And then I can try and then I'll see what I can do with terrain, maybe with the terrain tool that I can pull that up. Let's give that a shot and see. Shrink this down. Yeah, it's not going to let me pull it up around this. So you know what that means? That means bushes. I think that means bushes. So we're going to do some scenery. Let's get some nature. And we got nature already. Let's see what we can find with some bushes. Now, before I do that, let me paint my terrain back to the sandy look. Because if you remember, this is kind of the desert environment that we were in. And then I could do more of this rock around the edges. So I want to try and find the deserty kind of plants. So we put that in. Let's get a little dead tree. Rotate this around. Let's see if we can just mix it up a little bit. Get our Bob Ross on here. And let's put bush 3 in here. And yes, this is obviously to hide and mask the flaw in the, kind of the flaw in the design, but it's kind of why they put it in the game, so I'm perfectly fine with that. No, I don't want that bush. I want the dead. Yeah, we want it to look really, really kind of rough. Really kind of rough. And then, all right, so this will be the basic queue. When I finish up with the pathing, we'll figure out how to make that entrance. Oh, you're welcome, kitten. I just did a quick 20 bomb in the channel. I wanted to try and get people to, give back to the community in the best way that I could think of. And considering everyone is offline and at different times, and availability is not guaranteed, I thought that might be the best way to do it. So hopefully it was okay. I didn't want to overstep on it, or some people don't necessarily want to have gift subs given to them and stuff, and I hope I did not offend. Let me go ahead and edit this building because I want to finish up this queue. This is a shop front. This is for stores, but the reason I'm looking at it is I'm thinking I might want to make it right here. It'd be nice if it was flipped, like if it was higher. Or actually, no, that's exactly where I want it to be. So that way people leaving can see, people coming in can see people leaving. Just give them something to look at. You know what I mean? And it'll kind of draw their attention away from the fact that I am not going to be building anything over on this side. I'm just going to kind of give them an exit. And this piece here, I need to move it, rotate it. There we go. If you get them, you get them. If you don't, you don't. That's a good attitude. Again, it wasn't anything that, I wasn't expecting anything back from it. It was just me saying thank you. This is a top large corner. What does this look like? Bring this over here. Oh, this might actually be cool here. Let's see what it looks like here. I wonder if I can do that. That's kind of cool. Now the question is, can I get that kind of railing look? Oh, there we go. No, that doesn't match. Where's the other half? I would love to find more of this material. Do they have more of that? Oh, they have this. That's not what I'm looking for, though. Because it'd be kind of cool if I could just continue that out to here without it being a roof. But apparently they don't have that. They have the natural wood one. So what I'll do... Is there one that I can find that would be a... top large corner. Can I make it look kind of like it's supposed to be a railing or a design here? This is an interesting decision by them to make them different sizes. It's like this piece here has nothing that goes along with. Oh, hey, Deanna. Yes, I did. I dropped a 20 bomb out earlier this week, just as a thank you. So hopefully you enjoy it. I am kind of irritated right now at the fact that I really like this piece, and I don't like that it doesn't have any complementary pieces that go with it. So I might have to find an alternative. Because I really like how... I guess I could leave it like that and just do some other type of railing here. That might be an option. That might be an option. Let me see what type of railing I can do. So here's an angle wood railing. Can I do... I mean, I could just do the standard 90-degree rail. Take this, see if I can line it up. Where is my align to surface? Turn that off. Nope. Let me make sure I'm on a surface that I want. Is there a hot button I can do to turn this off? Okay, I guess that works. See if I can get the right angle to line this up properly so it looks right. So this is going to be a little tight. Oh, come on, game. See, when I line up the poles, it stretches beyond the end over here. So it's like there's no real clean way for me to place this and extend this. I guess that's close enough. Let me see if I can move it just a touch. Just a touch. There we go. So this way people don't fall to their death coming off of this. I don't want people to die in my theme park. Okay, so we have, let's do a couple more railings. What I'm doing right now is these steps that are on the queue, or these little curbs, I'm most likely going to eliminate them before I'm done, but I'm using them as kind of a guideline as far as where I want to place these fence pieces. So that way I know where where they're supposed to go. Because I don't want necessarily... The thing is the people that are walking the... Can I rotate this around this way and get it to line up right? There it goes. The people that are walking are going to only walk where this path is. But it doesn't necessarily... I don't necessarily want it to match up with kind of the only way or the way that the game designed pathing to work. Because that's boring. So I'm going to try and get a little bit unique. Make it a little bit different. If that makes sense. And let's see if we can get this railing to line up in a way that actually looks decent. And I don't know that I can get this rail exactly the way that I want it to be, but I'm going to try. So let's see how this works, chat. Let's go to world axis, because that's going to allow me to raise it and lower it based off the world positions. Let's see if I can just get this to line up. All right, I'm going to adjust that after I get this piece in place, because I want it to be roughly there. Okay, now that I have that, let's go ahead and acknowledge that. Then we'll go like this. Pull this piece in just a touch. Pull this piece in just a touch. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this space over here to decorate. And, you know, maybe I'll put another animatronic over there, a couple barrels, you know, something along those lines. But I want to try and make the queue a little bit different than just the standard, you know, than just the standard queue line that you would see. You know, where people just make the normal back and forth. I want to put some decorations. I want to put some design, if I can. Now, the decorative wood railing is really nice, but I think this is probably going to be better for, say, a saloon, you know, or a fancier building. So I didn't want to use that here. I wanted this to stay kind of like a mine. This was for like a mine cart kind of a thing. Let's do this so that way we can put up a kind of a bogus facade. Don't think I want that there. Like a bogus facade that this building is going around. And it'll kind of help to hide that a little bit. Because when people are in line, you know, we'll see if we can put a window here or something to make it look a little bit more unique. That's the plan anyway. Now, I'd like to get more pillars to kind of hold this up. So let me see if I can duplicate this. If there's going to be a way for me to do this without it looking ridiculous. I don't think there will be. So I'm probably just going to stick with like a more general wooden pillar for this area. Oh, you know what I just realized? I don't have music playing, chat. I don't have music playing. And I just knocked my drink over. Bear with me 1 second. I will be right back. And I'm here. It went on my mixer, so I'm going to try and gradually sop up my drink. Sorry about that, guys. We'll find out today if a Go XLR is waterproof. Makes me want to say son of a... Apparently the buttons still work. But we're gonna go with this is Pretzel that I'm using as my audio player, and it is this is the ambient playlist. So as opposed to the happy playlist that I was using over the weekend, this is more of an ambient sound, and hopefully the audio levels are okay now that I've cleaned up my mixer board. Hopefully you guys like it. It happens. Testing 1 2. Yeah, okay, my mic's still working good. Yeah, I had a similar thing with a keyboard. Just unfortunately you have to drink beverages when you're doing streaming, and there's technology around. It happens. So we're gonna see what we can do to pretty this up. Let's see if I can go back to my plants. And I still have my bushes. We're going to throw a couple bushes in over here. I just want to kind of, at least for the really rough things, you know, just the basic filler. And then if I decide to later fill it in with something more like trees or things along those lines, you know, I've got like a desert dry tree, and I can start placing these in here if I want to. See if I can get it. Maybe move that and lower it a little bit, because I want the roots to look like they're at least in the ground. And then over here as well, we want to have some just scatter in some bushes. Doesn't have to be perfect, because nature isn't perfect. That's what makes it natural. And just throw. See if I can find a way to put this tree in that's not going to technically interfere with the car or with the train ride, but might make it more interesting to ride. There we go. That'll kind of go over the building a little bit. And this one here, just little bits and pieces here. Put a little tree this way. We can throw some rocks in. I'm not a big fan, because see, the thing is because of the biome that I chose for this particular theme park, the the insulated cup. Yeah, I have normally I drink out of an insulated cup. It's just I decided that I'd have a small energy drink out of a can tonight, which is why it spilled. Normally I have a cup with a lid and a straw that goes through it, you know. It was just a bad combination of oops and look what I happen to be using today. How the heck did I get... It actually went up to my monitor, and my monitor is literally 18 inches off my desk. Ah, miracles of physics. Let's get some cactuses. Just for... And if you tap shift in this game, anybody that might be playing this, if you tap shift, it'll bring it back to ground level. So if you're ever, like, you get into a weird place and you want to find wherever your mouse happens to be, so say here, it'll snap it to ground level there. So it's kind of a quick way. And I'm going to fill this in with a little bit more of the desert, because that transition's too harsh. But we will put in a couple more cactus. I don't think I want the cactus on the actual mountain. Maybe I'll put one up here, one or two up here. And I definitely want to put some bushes up here. Let's see this filled in a little bit. Slowly but surely. And this is really flat, this area here. So I'm going to roughen that terrain up just a touch. And it's going to try and paint it green automatically because I've got auto paint on. So if I turn that off, then I can go based off a sampled and it'll take the terrain as it was. But I just want to kind of roughen this up. I'm going to pull this up just a touch because that's my light. So when people are in the, actually in the ride, I don't want them to see that light that's sitting there. So I kind of have an artificial piece of ground. Flatten this so that way it gets rid of those weird kind of the weird polygon angles. Here's my smooth. There it is. That the level does when it auto digs. It puts in really sharp kind of angular things. So I'll use the smooth tool. Smooth that out. You can kind of see it even on the roughen tool. It gives you like a weird polygon shape. And if you use the smooth tool on it, at least where it can, it'll try and soften it. It just makes it look more natural. Even if it's a hard dug out hole like this, you still want to have it smoothed. Because you can see right now, looking at this, see how it's like a very sharp geometric angle? And dirt doesn't usually sit that way. So if you do this, it'll just make it look a little bit better. Just go through here, do a quick smooth pass on it. Not that people are actually going to look back here, but you never know. I might put something back here for them. Maybe I'll put a window in here and have some more scenery behind it. Who knows? Just thinking. Okay, so we've got... This still looks a little rough. Let's smooth that out just a touch. And I don't mind the rocks looking rough. I kind of want the mountain to look a little bit more rough, so I might actually roughen that up some more. Let me bring my intensity up. And then I can go back to the painting. Let's go to the more aggressive rocks. Combine that with like the softer rock goes along with it. The normal maps and such that are on it are going to make it kind of look, you just got to pick which side you want it to be, and try and kind of make it all work together like this. I don't mind having a little green on the top of it. It just seems like that's too much. So let's see if I can tone some of that down, make it look like some of it's dying. Can I pull this up? See if I can make this a little bit better. Because part of the roller coaster too, if it's close to the ground, it's actually probably going to be a little bit more entertaining in some cases than if it's got a huge space underneath it. I'm going to try and pull this up. See if I can bring it a little closer to the track anyway. Oh, that's too much there. Okay. So essentially it's going to come up here, it's going to spin around, it's going to do like a little spin around here. Then when it goes to go the incline, it's coming across more actual ground. So that seems more like kind of what I'm hoping to do with this. And because I've got this platform up here, I'm going to go back to my scenery. Let's get some more bushes. just a tree or two. See if there's a way for me to get this big tree. Where's the big one? This is like spooky music. What the hell? There we go. That should be far enough away from the actual ride to where people can't like reach their hands up and start touching the terrain. But it should make it a little more interesting that when the mine cars, you know, are going up the mountain, it's kind of going through the trees. That's the thinking anyway. Let's go ahead and find the right place for me to put this bush. Get some more of these smaller ones. Slowly but surely it's coming together, chat. Now we have this loop-de-loop here. I think this tree might be too wide to really be able to put in there without it looking weird. And that's too small. That's just a stick. I don't want to put cacti up this high because it's a rocky terrain. Cactus shouldn't grow on that. I would love to be able to do this kind of a tree right in the middle of this. But because if you notice it all stretches over the track, it's not going to work. So what I might do is I might put it over here. Just get some kind of foliage. Let's try and make it look a little bit more interesting. And like I said, I could use these rocks if I was using a different, or if I wanted to take a lot of time. I could take these rocks and literally go around the entire mountain and do like a Disney Big Thunder Mountain Railroad look. But I just didn't. That's too much of a resource hog for what I want to do. So I think this will work for our purposes anyway. This area here really doesn't serve any kind of real purpose. I'm trying to think. You know what I could do? I could make like a little lake. I think I'll make like a little, just like a little pool. I don't like that this building is risen over here. I mean, if you're on the coaster, you're going to see that. I'm trying to think how I might be able to fill that in. Let me see. Let me think. Because I kind of want to mask that's a... I mean, I could use more of these wood pieces to surround the entirety of the building. But at this point, it's already starting to look a little bit unnatural and a little bit forced, even on the front. Let's try it and see what happens. Hit the building. Yeah, so it won't let me do it there. And then grid size, let's go down to a meter. Back to 4 meters, it'll make it easier for me to snap the pieces in place. I can go back down to 1. I mean, I guess that doesn't look horrible. It looks better than just having it wide open, I think. You know what I mean? Rather than just having kind of a tunnel there. And I guess I can make this... Can I make this kind of into a mine entrance? You know, because obviously we have our miner in the mine. How's he get in there? Hey, Biggin, how are you? Missed the start of the stream, was playing games yourself and didn't see your phone? It's okay. That's what VODs are for. Let me see if I can kind of make this look like a mine tunnel. Oh, okay, I'll have to get rid of that support. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to look like it's kind of going into nothing. For the purpose of the coaster. And again, you're going to be moving too fast, really, on this coaster to really see it. But I just kind of want it to thematically look like this is the entrance to the mine when people are looking at it. So if I go to edit track, I click on that piece, I should be able to get rid of my supports there. Okay, now I can go back to my terrain, do my pull, fill that in. Okay, so it's kind of just a dark tunnel, which is exactly what I want. And then I can do scenery. Is there, let's see, any props? Okay, so that's the ancient wooden board sign. That's the really large sign. There's some driftwood branches. That actually might be kind of cool over here. Not that you would have driftwood in the middle of the desert, but you know, where's it going to drift from? That's the exploding wooden barrel. That's not something that I would want to necessarily... I mean, I could use the barrel and just turn the trigger off. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to use this barrel at least. It's really cool. It's a really cool little effect if you want to have things going off. Like you can have these and time them separately. Looks like a cave. Yeah, I was hoping to make it into a cave and then figure out if I could find a way to frame it. Because if I can frame it, let me first and foremost, let me go into this, activate that on a trigger. I'll never set a trigger up for it. And because of that, it should just not move. So let's go back to scenery. And then a normal wooden barrel. What the? Game? I must accidentally click that X somehow. Okay, let's put this back behind it. Just a couple barrels. This is the haunted house wooden planks. Okay, so those are the 3 different sizes. It's an old fence, which I could use for something. Driftwood plank. Yeah, there we go. There's some wooden scaffolding. So that's more of a pirate. This is like a pirate themed wooden scaffolding. I wonder if there's a... I guess I could still use that for my mine. Let's move this up. Line it to the surface. Yeah, I could do that. Let me see if I can just place this real quick. Just get a little bit of a rotation. Just want this to look a little bit like there's some type of structural reinforcement going on here. Okay, let me get rid of my align to surface. Wow, that rotates the wrong way. That is not the way it was supposed to rotate. All right, so I'll do the advanced move tool. Just rotate it around the way that I want. Again, I would much rather use like a 2x4 scaffolding. But I think for the purposes of this, since it'll be so far away, you'll get the idea. Because it looks like there's just wood in there, you know, and supports. And then I can go back in here. Let me see if I can find take this, rotate that this way. Just take this plank, kind of place it here. And then there is a advanced move and duplicate. That's the one I wanted. And then angle snap, 15 degrees. That way I can get it right. And then advanced move and duplicate again. That kind of gets the mine look going. It's a start. And then let's see if we can get an oil lantern over here. Because at night, we want to make sure we can see what's going on. Yeah, I think it's called lamp. That is what it's called. And we'll put the oil lamp over here, right by the explosive barrel, because that makes it more fun. And let's see what it looks like at night. Yeah, let's just... Whoa, hello. Come on, game. There we go. Now because you can see that other lantern way down in there, it shows that it's got some depth to it. And we'll get a little bit of, let's go back to the nature. Let's get some more of these bushes and stuffs in here. That's a little too organized. Bring this music down just a touch. Scenery. Give me more dead trees. And a couple more little dead bushes. And this area over here. Not that it's necessary. We'll just fill it in a little bit. Okay, so that'll give us a little bit of light going on down here. It'll give us a little bit of a purpose for this area, is to show that it's kind of got that path. You know, that's where the mine is. I should probably put a door on this building. So let's see if I can find a building. Should be a wood door. Let's bring this back up. It's not the door I want. This is not the door I'm looking for. Or is it? This is the wooden double door. I have the double door on the inside. So let's see if I can get it close enough to where it looks like it's part of the outside and it matches. Let me move this tree. Late to the game here. Is there a budget to this, or just kind of go crazy with your imagination? I am in sandbox mode, so it is the latter. This is my go crazy. There is a campaign mode, a couple different campaign modes in the game, and challenges and the like. But I just want to be a creative stream on this, so I just went into Sandbox. And then obviously, when you open the park, you can see, you know, how's it doing? You know, do we need to do more adjustments? Those types of things. Okay, so I have these windows here. So let me duplicate these windows, see if I can mimic roughly where they are. There we go. That way it looks more like it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to see the inside and the outside at the same time, so it doesn't matter. Hey, Ancient Soul, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I do want to put a pillar in here, though. I want to put a wooden pillar. That's a classic brick pillar. Where's my wooden one? That's 2 meter, 1 meter, 4 meter. That's what I need, is 4 meter. Go ahead and get my daylight back so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, that's the carved. I don't want the carved. I want the plain wood pillar. There we go. And then with this, because I want to make sure that I have it lined up perfectly, I'll use the advanced move and duplicate. And I should be able to select both of these. Move them back just a little bit. Down just a touch. There we go. And then I want to get my 2 meter. Let me turn this off. Get that out of here. Let's bring this back up. Get rid of my align to surface. We'll use this to manually align. Okay, let me go back to my world axis. I can bring this up. And I can take this same thing, duplicate an advanced move. Okay, and now I should be able to take both of these, duplicate an advanced move on both. Oh, I didn't need to move both because duh. Okay, so we'll take this and just get rid of that. And we will make sure that that's not sticking out. Starting to look a little bit country. Let's go ahead and move this over here. Let me get that post. Thank you. There we go, getting a little bit more of a country look to it. I'm doing well, Soul. Thank you for asking. We're just trying to see what we can do about making a, you know, reasonably decent looking queue in building for this coaster. All right, let's give the coaster a ride real quick. I just want to see kind of what it's like to be on the coaster and kind of what the experience is. So we got the, you know, he's tipping the hat when you go on your way. Kind of cool. Game's a little on the quiet side. Okay, so you kind of fly over, which is cool because you're going over the queue. So the people waiting in line, you can see there's a lot of trees, a lot more bushes. I think it makes it look more interesting when you're going up to the mountain. And then you drop into the tunnel. You're gonna have to fix that tree. A little splash when you go there as an effect. Kind of minor. And then it goes and finishes off at the end. Okay, so we have a tree that's in the way. And then that's the end of the ride. So let's get rid of that tree. because that kills the experience, in my opinion. Just going to delete that one because I don't think there's a way I could reposition that and still have it work. Try and move this back a little bit. Hey, Randall, how are you? You are very welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay, so I'm assuming anyway that this tree will not be visible anymore. But again, I had done that towards the end of last stream. I was trying to just fill in the trees because I wanted it to look like, you know, give it a little bit of forced perspective. That's better. That one tree was kind of standing out weird. A little bit of forced perspective by having the small little treetops up there looking like they were smaller trees in the distance. And it's working. Kills the experience and quite possibly the writers. Oh, most definitely the writers. That was the one reason I was tempted to leave it in. So we have... It's a really cool coaster too, if you see it. The carts themselves actually tilt. See, I can go behind it. And you can see that the cart actually kind of tilts along while you're going on the ride. So it's kind of a cool... You can't control the tilt on this one. There are other rides that you can do. Why is this floating again? Didn't I fix all of those last stream, chat? Did I not save when I did it? So I'm pretty sure I went and fixed all the floating crates. All right, we'll fix it again. Not a big deal. It is really easy to fix. Oops, forgot one. We got a floating cowboy too. Fabio got nailed by a goose. Oh yeah. Fabio ate a bird. That is truth. Ghosts? There are ghosts in here. Believe it or not, there's actually a whole Ghostbusters DLC in this game. So if I wanted to, I could look up Slimer. Oops, gotta go to all. And I can actually have Slimer in the game. If I wanted to. And there's a bunch of different ones like him eating. And that's for a target shooting game too. If you notice, they have like a special platform underneath. So you can shoot them with the target games. It's cool. That branch would be where you put the camera to take their picture. What, the one that's aiming at their head? And I don't remember. I'll have to look this up after stream. I don't remember. I think there was a way to do cameras, like ride picture cameras and such, but I could be misremembering. Actually, let me fill this in real quick. I don't want to split that from the building. I want to duplicate it. Part of me wants to cover this up and just make it like move the entrance to match up better. And then another part of me doesn't, just wants to close this off. Well, I think I'll just close it off. I think I will just close it off. Fix this. I've got to move this piece. Oops. There we go. I got to fix this one. Go to move. Rotate it 180 degrees. See this bar that's coming from the roof? I've got to fix that panel. So the way that I do it is I do the move, rotate it 180 degrees, and it fixes the thing that's in the way. Have to clean the camera lens after every ride. Yeah. Cheap labor. I don't like how this is floating here. So let's do this. Let's duplicate this. See if we can get a little bit of support. A little bit of support for our ride here, chat. Doesn't have to be anything super fancy. I just want to make sure it looks like there's something holding that up. Otherwise, it's just going to look weird. Can't tell. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to do the same here. Again, this is completely just me and the OCD. Amusement park entrance? Yep. Oh, they're just dying to work here. All right, I got to fix that tree. That's going to stab an eye out. Let's see if I can rotate that a little bit. Make sure it's not actually extending into the queue. And then I will duplicate and advance move this piece. Go here. A little bit of rotation in it. I really wish that this, that they had a railing that kind of went down. Because normally, these bars wouldn't be at a 45-degree angle or a 30-degree angle. They would be straight up and down. But, yeah, no. What are you going to do? Eyeballs on a stick. It's like corn dogs, but gross. All right, I want to find a cowboy or something. I got to set up more. I got to put more stuff out here. All right, we need hitching posts because you always need hitching posts outside of every building in a Western. You need hitching posts because you got to put your horses somewhere. So we're gonna put those there. And then I need to figure out what I want to do with this whole big area. I already put the cowboy tip in the hat inside. This guy's shooting people. I mean, I have on the other thing, again, the animatronics are somewhat limited, so sometimes you are going to have duplicates. What I might do, let's see if we can do just a little gun battle here right at the queue. Damn it. That's sticking out. Is his arm going to clip through that, or is he missing it? He's missing it. Good. And then we'll put is that the bandit or the regular cowboy? That's the regular cowboy. Can I color him? Oh yeah, I can. I can give him like blue jeans and a red shirt and a red hat. Nope. What's that? What? Oh, that's his little bandana around his neck. We'll do a white bandana because this is the OG Captain America right here. Oh, of course, Kiwi. My pleasure. Guests need to sign a liability waiver before entering the park. Well, technically, if it's printed on the ticket. All right, so this is the bandit cover shot. I'm going to put the bandit over here. See if I can get him kind of lined up. And then can I color the bandit a different way? That way, at least these cowboys look a little bit different than the last ones did. Go green. Give him some blue jeans. Yeah, definitely need to keep the black, but his shirt, let's give him a black shirt too. He's extra bad guy. I think I'll do a blue bandana too, so that way he's black and blue. And then we can get some scenery in here. Control post for that crouching cowboy looks painful. Oh yeah, no, all of them for the animatronics are rough. There is absolutely nothing to see here, chat. There is nothing uncomfortable about this in any way, shape, or form. It's just how the game works. So let's see if we can find a some milk churn. Here we go. Let's do this. I got an idea. Here we go, chat. I'll fix the whole thing. See if I can do this. All right, see, he's just sitting down on the milk churn thing. You don't see anything. Perfectly fine. He just, after every shot, he gets tired, you know, and he has to take a seat. It's fine. I don't know if we want luggage. This is a mine station. This isn't a train station, so we don't need a luggage trolley. Glad you're having a good time, Big. Don't need a fence. I need to find something. I mean, there's like a little poster board here. Whoa, hit the wrong button. Can I customize that? Like, will it let me write on it at all? Some of them do. Nope, this one doesn't. Is he even aiming at the right direction? Close enough. All right, so we want to sack barrel. Let's go ahead and just lean that up against there. Big old rope spool. Just kind of hide the roller coaster a little bit back there. Oh, that's a moving saw blade. I don't know that I want to do that yet. There's a Western explosion. Put a station clock on here. What else do we have? Steam shovel. Holy cow. Where were these last time I was looking? Because I was looking for things. I was looking for, like, Western scenery, and I didn't see any of this. Let me see if I can come up here. This guy doesn't have a gun, so he's just going to be cowardly. He's just going to be a coward. Yeah, let's not change his skin tone. Why is his... Why does he look green? I'm going to assume it's because I have him selected. Look at the pole sticking. Yeah, I would be uncomfortable too. You found the 1872 Captain America? Is there a saloon girl? The animatronics for the Western kit was the first, like one of the first ones that they kind of did in the game. It's probably the most limited. And I don't know why this guy is blue. See what I mean? He's like... The color doesn't... Why is he green and blue? Like his color, his skin tone is completely wrong. Let me try and change him with this. Okay, that's his hair. So we'll do black hair. What is this? That's his pants. So we'll go back to the blue jeans. So this is his shirt, which should be black. Okay, and this is his skin tone. Okay. Which definitely should not be that color. Let's see if I can find a more natural skin tone for him. See if I can find something that's a little bit more of a natural skin tone for him. All right, let's get rid of this guy because he's just annoying. He's sad and sick. Make that cowardly guy's shirt yellow. It's already yellow underneath. All right, let's see if we can find some... Oh, there is a stunt woman Western cover. We don't want the woman to be scared. It's 2019. If Marvel's Endgame showed me anything, then we need to have a special portion of the park that highlights that there's, hey, look, we have 7 women in our superhero movie now. See, aren't you proud of us? See, we're not forcing this in here at all, just to try and show you guys that we're doing it right. Like, we did good, didn't we? This is for like explosions. So if you're doing it, this is where you can start doing some timing and stuff like that, and you can do. Obviously, when you're doing an actual cue, you can't set a trigger for that. Oh, I want to put the TNT over. Let me flip this back over to the other movement mode. Put the TNT over by the triggers that you could set up on the tracks and stuff. That's where you can start to have, like, on a dark ride or on a track ride, when the car gets to a certain point, you can have one of those exploding barrels go off, have a bigger explosion, have the person fly back, and do a lot of those things. You can do that on coasters too. It's more difficult to do on a coaster, in my opinion, because the coaster moves so fast, you don't really even see it. So it's kind of like, you know, is it really worth it at that point or no? Turn off the angle snap because I like having crates and such looking a little bit more natural. And when things are set on top of each other, they're never exactly perfect. Oh, it's a water tower. Could do that. Water tower would be kind of cool up here. I could do the water tower here. It's kind of a stupid place to put a water tower, but I guess having height would make sense. Because then no matter what you want to have to drink, you'd want it low. Or, you know, want it above there for gravity. So we'll just put it up there. It'll make it a little more visually interesting, especially when you're in the queue. You now have something else to look at, so that's a cool one. This is an empty wagon stand. Oh, that's for like a wagon stand bar. It's a full-on wagon stand. I'll use this for the queue line. I wish they had horses in this. They do have a horse. They do have a horse that you can get on the workshop, but it's terrible. I think the comment section, I think someone said, is that Gumby? Or Pokey from Gumby? Hey, Panther Zero. Never heard of this game. Seems cool. This is the best theme park sim game, like, arguably since Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. It's really good. And welcome to the stream, by the way. So we have a couple crates going on there. I wanted to see if there's a rope coil I can put on the wall, just to try and make this look a little bit more interesting. Let me put my angle snap back on. And then this is the rough western fence. I think I'm going to use this over here. just to kind of... Yeah, let's get this lined up. Again, I'm just trying to fill this area in a little bit. Okay, so if I take this, place this here. Go ahead and just get the shovel in. I'm just going to have it basically just randomly sitting on the floor. Because people, you know, they're just not taking care of their stuff. What other things? There's locomotive tracks and stuff. So if you wanted to do like a full-on train, they come with individual pieces for the trains. You know, so you could do like a whole... You can kind of piece your own train together for scenery. So anyone that's been to like Universal Studios and saw like the Hogwarts train outside of the park, you can do something similar to that if you wanted to. Go ahead and turn this up. And I need to have... I'm going to put this here because I want to have light on the cowboy. And I'm probably I may move him. So let's see what this looks like at night. Yeah, that makes that work. And then I need to have... Let me get another... oil lantern over there. That oil lantern is floating. Just want to see if I can figure out a way to get some lighting on the queue that actually makes sense. See if I can lower this just a touch. That way it's not clipping through there. I don't like that there. I'm not a huge fan of this lantern because I don't like... It's like it's designed to hang, not sit. I'm using it to sit on things. So the base just seems like it's a little bit thin. But for right now, at least it'll give me some lighting in the queue. Any new releases coming out that I'm looking forward to? Right now, I'm still playing Sea of Thieves and Final Fantasy off stream as my main kind of games. New stuff coming out, nothing that's really catching my eye. To be totally frank. I mean, this is usually the dead time for gaming anyway. Hide or Die I want to try later on this week. Just because I'm looking for a good asymmetrical horror, to be totally frank. And I know it's kind of like a BR thing, but I'm going to give it a shot. I was hoping last year would work out, but devs kind of screwed everything possible up with that. That is the wrong kind of lantern. That is rotating. I don't want these to rotate. Can I turn those off? No. Okay, so this is a iron wheel. So let's do this. Let's set this here. Let's see if we can get a little bit of rotation. But yeah, no. Last year I was hoping for good things with that game, and long story short, and Dev can admit this or not, they overpromised. They are a small dev house, and they basically promised everything Dead by Daylight has been promising for 6 years, and they said it was going to come out this year. So once I heard that, I was kind of like, yeah, they're probably not going to be able to pull that off. and their complete and total lack of communication has completely soured the community on them. They recently got rid of their community manager, and a bunch of their Discord mods left and everything else, so that game is pretty much dead. So Hide or Die is the last saving grace from DBD, because I really don't want to play DBD. There's an anvil. I'm gonna put an anvil in the back here. Is there a bench that I can use that is not like a normal bench and stuck on a grid? Yeah, see these benches, they won't let me use these benches because these are actual usable benches by people. So it has to be on a path, which is kind of annoying. So I guess I could do a crate or two. Hey Blaze, welcome to the stream. Waiting for Borderlands 3. I have Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2. I've played it a bit. I never got all the way through it. As much as, and I understand and I appreciate the coolness. I mean, the game's cool. I'm just not a looter shooter guy. So I never really got into it. And I love the theme. I love the art style. I love everything about it. It's just not my kind of game. So Borderlands 3 is doesn't have me as excited as other people. You know, definitely not knocking it. It is a very good game. I played it at GuardianCon when I went, and it's a step up from. I liked it better than 1 and 2. Granted, I am a casual Borderlands player, you know, but we'll see. We'll see how it's received after it comes out. Kind of curious how F13 and DBD is going to run on Switch. It's probably going to run terribly. But that's just my opinion. We'll see how it does. They're probably going to nerf the visuals. Just in general, Unreal Engine is a pretty heavy engine for things. And I know they've got Fortnite running on it, but even Fortnite's nerfed visually on that platform. Just Nintendo Switch is just not a very powerful machine. As much as I love it, it's perfect for what it does, and I'm a little irritated that they came out with a Switch now that has better battery life after I have my original one, and my biggest complaint is battery life. But, you know, that's how they get you. I'm doing well, Blaze. I hope you're doing well, too. I mean, to be fair, you know, your only option if you want to play a asymmetrical horror game on the go is either that or mobile. And to be totally frank, they are literally the same thing. They're running the Tegra chipset. They are both mobile. The only difference is the Nintendo Switch has controllers that go with it. That is it. So, I want to put my cow skull. Put another cow skull in here. But that being said, the controllers and I would almost barely call it networking capability because Nintendo's terrible at netcode. It's literally the only way to really play mobile. And I know I'm older, but I'm not so old as to. I'm gonna have him sitting out here by the. Sitting out here by the thing. And that, you know, mobile gaming and all that, blah, 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 blah. I hate playing games on a mobile phone. I don't think it's the type of device that's good for that. I think it's got the horsepower, it's got the graphics, it just doesn't have the controller. It doesn't have that tactile interface. I can't use my thumb on a screen and pushing buttons that don't exist. I need some physical button to play it. New Wolfenstein's fun so far. I hear it's fun if you have a friend that you like and you're playing with them. I hear it's not fun if you're playing with people you hate. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. And I hear solo's kind of 50-50 because the AI is a little wonky. But people are having fun with it. So what's this game about? Because the cowboys shooting at each other threw me off. This is a theme park simulation game. You can literally make anything that you want. So I'm making Metaverse. This is the entryway that I created, all out of individual pieces. So all of these individual pieces are just stuff that I put in. And you can literally build the park any way that you want. So this section of the park, I'm making kind of a country western theme. So I made a saloon over here, a cowboy sitting outside. I kind of tried to theme this ride in a way that made it look like it would work as a country ride. Same with this over here by using kind of white lights. And basically just going around and making all the decorations to try and make it look like it's a theme park. So this section is just the country section of my theme park. I am not an Imagineer for Disney or anything, so I don't expect this to continue to look, well, don't expect it to look good, period. But I'm doing my best, and we'll see what we can come up with. So far, it looks like it's pretty good. We got a little cowboy shootout going on down here. You know, and this was the roller coaster that we built on stream. And I'm trying to make kind of the queue a little bit interesting. I'm kind of using this area here to set things up. Hey, White Zombia. Welcome. I'm glad you like it. OG Switch has never been docked. I have OG Switch that almost never leaves my dock. I use it to stream and such, so it's all hooked up to my HDMI switch and my computer and everything here. I haven't done any console games since I went to PC setup, and that's something I do have on my kind of to-do list. Is I want to have I want to be able to go back to streaming console games, or at least having the ability to. Most notably, I kind of missed out on the Lego update for Forza Horizon. Why is this? That should not be part of the building. Split that from the building. Because when I tried to run it on PC, Microsoft and all their wisdom makes it not like OBS at all. So literally, if you try and run Forza Horizon with OBS on PC, the game just won't run. It'll crash. You turn off OBS, it works fine. It just does not like how display capture and everything's handled in that. Let me see if I can go to my paths. I want to see if I can fix this. Now that I have this done, I should, hypothetically, have all those curves and things. This is my queue. So this is all obstructed now, so I can't really change it. Yay! Thank you, game. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I was going to try and see if I can get rid of these curbs, but it doesn't look like it's going to let me do that. Oops. Undo that. So that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I think I got it working to where the curbs actually don't look terrible. So I'm fine with that. Best things that happen are happy accidents. That's... I mean, if anybody that's been watching this stream, or my stream ever, I mean, in general, I don't plan things. I don't even plan what game I'm going to play. I just kind of wing it. And, you know, whether it be House Flipper or this game, I just kind of like say, okay, what's the idea? What do I want to do? And can I make it happen? And we'll give it a shot. And if we get close, then awesome. If we don't, then awesome. We tried, you know? And we try something else. Let me go to my path, or my natural path, because this is the one we've been using. I'm going to see if I can make this. One of the things that I was watching a video, I'm not taking credit for this. Somebody made a very, 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 very valid point. Theme parks aren't designed like this game wants you to design them. Theme parks, particularly their queues and their paths, are generally like more large open spaces that you can walk in with some landscaping in between it. So that's what I'm going to try and do here, chat. just kind of want to have see if I can get this to where they'll actually meet up. Let me see if I can place this and then remove it. And fighting with the paths in this game is par for the course. This is literally just an ongoing battle. So I kind of just want to make kind of just a big area to walk through. Do really dig the overall look at the park so far. Looks like everything fits your theme. Well, thank you, Biggin. I appreciate it. Hey, Cupcake, how are you? Just bear with me 1 second, chat. Just got a message coming in from my night job. All right, let's see if that should hopefully take care of itself. No, I'm good, Cupcake. Thank you so much for asking. I am trying to make a theme park here. And I don't know if I can get rid of these. The paths will always be a problem in this game. Because again, the game wants you to design paths in its way. And it wants you to... it wants people to walk through as if it's... They don't like having big open areas. And if you think about it from the perspective of, you know, a Disney or anything along those lines, it's mostly path, you know, and then there's small sections. And when I saw the video, there was a YouTube video, somebody that was doing it and explained it, and it made a lot of sense. So in all honesty, I probably want to get rid of... I really wish it didn't have the curb markers. Hope you can visit the theme park when it's complete. We are definitely going to continue to explore it every time I do it on stream. Flew into Florida. Welcome to the heat. All right, so I may have to redo this. All right, I'm just going to get rid of all these paths. Let's see if I can redo it. Because the thing I don't like is I don't like the fact that it has to have these stupid little supports, these curb railings and curb markers. I don't want those. I just want to have, you know, I'd love to be able to turn that off. Because I don't want to have the markers there. I want to be able to put them in where I want them to be, if that makes sense. So let me see if I could do little bits and pieces here. No, I don't want that to connect yet. Okay, so that'll be kind of a large path area, so when you're walking in the country western area, you actually have a place to go. Let me see if I can get this angle. Why is that so... How long is this? Oh, the width is too big. See if we can smooth this out a little bit. Did the paths light up? Not by default. You have to make them light up, which is another cool part of the game. So I don't want the length. I want the width to be... See if I can get this to... You'll never get rid of all the pieces in these types of things. So I'm trying to figure out how I might want to lay this out. Let's smooth that out a little bit. To where it might give me kind of landscaping opportunities. So that'll be like a nice big plaza that we can do. And then I should be able to go. Get some bushes. Just throw some bushes in here. The white dots are just markers, yes. And I wish I could get rid of them completely. They're just little pieces of wood that kind of tell people you're not supposed to walk outside of this. I wish I could get rid of them and then just kind of lay it out with scenery and the like. So I'm just kind of roughing it out really quick. And again, if I wanted to, I could throw a freaking rock in there. Throw a big ass rock in there. Just to give it a little color. You know what I mean? So this is just kind of my way of mimicking more what a theme park would be like. And again, this is not my idea. I saw someone else mentioning it on a YouTube video, is that paths in theme parks generally aren't just a single line that everybody's forced down, that it's generally more of a large plaza kind of environment. And as I was thinking about all my time going to Epcot and Disney and everything else, I was like, you know what? This sumbitch is right. So that's what I'm going to try and do, is kind of fill this out, make it look, look a little bit natural as far as where they're allowed to walk and where they're not. Not be, so that way you don't have just this long line of things. I'd like to break it up and put some bushes and and some things in there to kind of make it look a little bit more like the path is set up to kind of guide you, but not like, make it look more like you're kind of just in a natural environment, if that makes sense. So if I continue to go here, that is not the bush I want. That is not the bush I want. Let's go here. Let's bring this down a little bit. Sorry, chat. So you can start to see where we can get these things filled in. And I can always come in here too. And if I wanted to, I could always just put a rock there. Let's get another rock. Let's rotate it a little bit. That rock was supposed to go there. So I can kind of cordon off the area similarly to this. Without, I just wish I could turn those off. I am doing other themes than the Wild West. I'm doing it similar to like Disney does it. This section of the park is Wild West, and then I'll probably end up, what I might do is, because I have this going up to a mountain with these types of trees on it, I might do fantasy over here. Because the way I want it to work And I explained this on a previous stream, but I am happy to go over it again. Oh, I'm on the, sorry, my controls are, there's a way to toggle controls to be more like a first person and not, is I want them to come into the park and not necessarily like, there'll be information booths and stuff here. So it'll be very kind of theme parky, you know, but when you go into, and I'll put a sign or something here, go into the Western land, you kind of go around the corner and then you become, it's all Western. You don't see anything else. So when you turn around, all those other buildings are going to get hidden. So when you go farther into the park, you're not going to see any of the futuristic-y type of stuff. It's okay, Biggin. Like I said, IRL is the most important thing. So the fact that you show up at all is something I'm very happy to see. So thank you so much. You love the Wild West? Aside from the dysentery, you know, and the gunfights, that's really cool. And the robots were scary. I mean, when the robots took over the entire Wild West, that scared me. So I think, yeah, this is what I'm going to do with my pathing. And I think it's going to be much more natural because then, you know, as the people come in and they fill up the park, this whole area is going to give them the ability to kind of walk around. And what I'm going to do is this area right here, this is going to be kind of the storefront where you can buy the food and the hats and those types of things. And then this path here is where I'll start going off into Fantasyland or whatever else I want to call it. Let me fix my terrain. I do want to make this, keep this desert. So I want people to feel like they're walking into the desert. We're just going to paint this in. I want to keep a little bit of the green in some of the places, but is my intensity? Yeah, my intensity's too low. There we go. Let's fill this in. Front Rear Land, Yestermorrow Land, Haunted Highway, and the Walk Broken Hungry Shame. I'll keep those names in mind. Might go with something different. Let's see. Again, I just want to rotate the plants because then they look like different plants. Let's get that big ass tree over here. And I think I'll do a little one. It sounds so weird when you put the sand down. It sounds like sand. This one here, I think I'm just going to do rock. This one, I think I'm just going to do an assortment of rocks. No, that one's too big. Go. And I think, is there like a long flat rock? Yeah, I think there's, this is good. And I'm going to try a trick here, chat. I do not know if this is going to work, but we're going to try it. I want to try and find a couple flat rocks. I heard a rumor that if I do this and I get a bench, so I take those 3 benches, right? just hypothetically, and then just raise the rock to be just above the bench. Just above the bench. And again, this is me testing a theory, and when I open the park, I'll find out if it works. Supposedly, the AI will potentially sit on these. This over completely, get more of a flat side. All right. Just out of curiosity, I want to see if that makes it to where the people are actually going to sit on, sit on the rocks, because that would be cool, I think. Because if you think about it in theme parks and such, you've always got people sitting on rocks. Hey, Monica, welcome. Glad you could make it. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something I have not done since we've done this park. Well, since we started today. I'm going to save, which is something I have not done. And then I'm going to open the park. Should be able to open it. Clicking on this. Where was it? Park management. There it is. Let's just open it. I'm not going to charge or anything. I just want to see people coming in. I want to see people on my rides. Oh, here they come. Yeah, I never save often in these games, which is kind of a mistake. So we've got the people coming into the park. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, just temporarily, and I will be replacing these chats, so don't yell at me. I'm going to be putting a Western theme shop that's already pre-built. And then I'll end up making it my own. Don't worry. I do not want it to be a Tiki Cheeky. I do not want it to be a Tiki Cheeky. So let's go into this. Edit the building with the selected part. Tiki Cheeky go away. What I do want, I need to go to custom. I need food shops. I need a chief beef. This needs to be a chief beef. Tasty. So we're definitely going to be putting a chief beef sign in. Because of course we are, chat. Just do a quick walk around. So there is an ATM over here, and this is there's mucho dinero for that reward. We've already got an entryway kind of walk path that's there. I need to put a path on that side, so let's go this way. Let's go very, very narrow, because this is just the ATM. Actually, I'm probably gonna have to just move this. Move this over just a touch, so that way the ATM, I'll be able to put a path in for it. So now I have a path to that. that path back. There we go. Because I want to make sure they can get their cash. Oh, nachos. Nachos sound good. I want nachos. Let me go to my scenery. Don't want blueprint or custom. I want a chief beef sign. So I want to make sure that I have a sign here. So with this, I need to align it to a surface. Can I align it to the building? Really? 100% beef flavoring. Oh, that's great. There we go. I'm just going to put a chief beef sign out front. It's called the Hot Hen House. How about no? I could just do chief. Chief beef. And instead of house, we'll go tasty. There we go. Chief beef tasty. Tastes like beef. There we go. That's much better. What do you think, chat? I know it was pre-built, but it's acceptable to me. Let's see what other Western shops we can do. And again, I'll be replacing these eventually. This is like a whole Western shopping area, which is kind of cool. So they have hats and everything. So I think what I'm going to do, let me see if I can get the angle right on this. Can I find like the right way for me to do this? That's not going to look ridiculous. And I guess I could do that. It wouldn't be that bad. And then I'll just do a little bit of scenery. What do we got here? We got hats. We got loony balloons. I don't think I want the balloons. We're gonna go here. All right, so we got a loony balloons, gulpy slush, hat's fantastic, Mexcellente, and a chief beef. So there is a chief beef in here. It's probably on the back side. Yeah, we don't want the chief beef. We're actually going to close down this entire thing. So we're going to edit the building, because I'm not going to have people walk on the back side of this. So we will just close that off. And then the old time slushy. I think I want to put we have a food vendor here now. We have hats, and I don't want a balloon vendor here. I don't think I want a balloon vendor. I think what I want to do is I need a beverage vendor that's going to fit. Cosmic Cow milkshakes. Where is beverages? Gulpy Energy, slush, soda, pip shot, smoothies. Just do water. And then there's some vending machines too. Let's do just a gulpy soda. We'll do a gulpy soda. And scenery. That's a standing sign. They're not. I'll just put that up there. And then there was another shop. There it is. Mexcellente. Sorry, Mexilente. You're out of business. Again, I'm not going to be filling in this back area. I don't want people to walk over there, so I'm just basically opening those two shops. And then the Old Time Slushy. Yeah, I'm going to close down the Old Time Slushy too. Just for now. Actually, I'm going to take this sign. I'm going to put it over here. Oops. Am I even going to be able to fit that? Nope. It goes away. You want a Slurpee now, an icy? Okay, so let me go ahead and get rid of this. Duplicate this. Close that in. And then I can do... Let's go ahead and fill these in a little bit. And again, this is another situation where I really wish I could get rid of that path. Guess I could do this actually. I could do that. And then that way it looks like people can go that way. And it doesn't look like it's blocked off. Let me go ahead and go back to my scenery. Put a little cactus in here. And I know that's in front of a door, but that's a big rock. That's a bigger rock. I need a little rock. There we go. Let's get these in place. There's your office. Shield has 7 points. Kind of lost me. Kind of lost me. To be totally frank. Wish you didn't, but you did. I'm lost. Blame old age. Okay, so they've got a cash shop. They've got this. And then the only thing I need to add that is completely missing and totally necessary, shops and facilities. Toilet. Standard bathroom block. Standard bathroom block, chat. Because we need toilets. This is a natural wood plank. So let's go to building. Let's see if I can find the right kind of framing for this. There we go. Then I need pathing. Why is that not letting me do this the way I want it to? Again, this is a game of fighting with paths, chat. There we go. Now I can go back to my scenery. Yeah, and let's see if I just get the... Okay, and then as far as the hats go, we are only selling cowboy hats here. Only selling cowboy hats. It's the country western area. Have to only sell cowboy hats. But you see how when you have the nice big plaza area, it just makes more sense for a theme park. It gives people the ability to kind of walk around and see things. It seems so obvious in hindsight. But I can't count the number of times I've made a theme park in this game and just not done that. You know what I mean? It doesn't. This is the way theme parks are built. And it's completely the opposite from the way that this game, and pretty for the most part, most theme park games are created. I'm going to need to put more garbage cans and such around the park, but I'll do that in a little bit. Let's see if we can just get a bush in here. Oh, the sheriff's office got it. Position's vacant. There you go. That works. Now it's your place. We have to actually connect this. We have to connect this, chat. It helps. It really helps to have your rides connected to the park. People tend to be able to get on them easier when they're actually connected. Okay, now that this is there, it's already been tested. I'm just going to open it. We can do that now. Got a little confetti going on. And I'll go ahead and do some scenery out in the front. Where's that big ass rock? There we go. Let's get some rocks out in the front. And then I can take these hitching posts. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this hitching post and put it over here. Is that floating or no? No, it's good. It's good. There we go. And that kind of gives us a little bit of a railing in a way. And I think I deleted my path. I'm trying to see how this path goes. It looks like there's a path missing here. Yep. Again, it's a game of fighting with paths, chat. Okay, and then I can do path, Q. There we go. Now it's connected. And then I gotta fix this. Trying to see which way the path is actually going. And it looks like this middle section got removed. Yep, it did. So I will have to be moving some things around. Try and figure out where my pathing is actually going now. This is frustrating. So it looks to me people are walking here. See, this doesn't make sense because it looks like this line's here. Let me do this. Okay, so that's where the pathing goes there. Okay, so this part is not open right now. Okay, now that's open. Don't have a staff building. Staff need to occasionally take breaks or they'll stop working. All right, so I'll put a staff building up by the entrance up here. Shops and facilities. Which one is the staff building? It's overflowing bins because I never hired. Staff management, park entrances. Okay, so we got a staff building here. What I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to add this to the front entrance. I'm going to add this to the front entrance. This is a panel wall. And I need to find one that's an actual entrance. Wasn't there an arch one? Let's go to walls. There's got to be one that's an arch. Yep, there it is. And this. Okay, there we go. Now I have a staff building. I'll get a path. That is just a standard asphalt path, very narrow. And then more is flattened terrain. There we go. So that'll give me my staff building. 2 more days and you go to Orlando? Oh, congratulations, Wolf. Pathfighter 2K19. Okay, so we have that there. We don't have an information booth, but information booth pretty much only sells fast passes, and we don't have any fast passes, so. I do need to hire a janitor because I did not do any hiring yet. So let's get him in here, clean things up. Let's go ahead and go to scenery. Let's get us some barrel bins. These will be our garbage cans. So make sure people have places to throw trash. Yeah, because that one's really full already. Now that's the Western Rustic bin. I kind of like the... I don't know which I like better. I'm going to stick with the barrels for right now. We have the janitor. What other staff do we need? Park management. They don't give us a country one, I don't think. Country mascot. Give me robot, pirate. I mean, I guess this is the adventure one, but this is more like Indiana Jones. We're going to do a security guy. Have him walking around. And then we need to have a mechanic. Just in case. And then that's a vendor for the shops. So that's fine. Our finances are going to suck, but... we have people getting in line for this? Yes, we do. Alright. There aren't many rides in this park. Duh. So here's the guest camera. So we can spy on this individual guest chat. It's going to take a little bit because there's nobody in line for this ride right now. In Orlando currently, although getting a lot of bad thunderstorms. That is Florida in the summer. Literally every single day. Between 3 and 5. you're usually going to get torrential downpours, and then it'll clear up. Okay, so is this ride being charged for? What are these people saying? Why do they not want to go? Wow, this place looks great. I'm walking through litter here. Don't worry, my one janitor will get it. 1%. Oh, 16% say it looks too intense for them. Oh, and look, this guy was sitting on it. Even though my path was all screwed up. All right, now I got to move these because my path got messed up. So let's put these benches back. See if I can do this here, chat. Because I thought I saw somebody sitting on it. I just want to see if I can actually get them to sit on these. There we go. That's kind of cool, that if you want to, you can get them to sit on the rocks. Just like Disney using the magic bands. They do have a fast pass thing. I don't know why people aren't getting on this ride. People probably thinking it's too intense, because it is. It's very intense, chat. It's a very, very intense ride. Where was my, there it is. Fear of 9.56. Super intense ride. You are not wearing the proper uniform, sir. You are not wearing the proper uniform. You must be adjusted to wear the appropriate purple. That's much better. Too scared, aren't you? Too scared. I can't believe standard restroom block 2 is free. It's a bathroom. I see these here. I don't know where my path is broken. Do width. See if I can just get this. Okay, that looks like that may have fixed that path. So now people should be able to walk through there. And I'm going to have to fix all of these stupid little hiccups that the pathing did. It's just part of... Again, the game was not designed to do pathing like real theme parks were. It's just unfortunate. Where's the mega intense line ride? Oh wait, you know what? You know what would help? If I open the other rides, chat. That would help. People would have a better time if there was more than one ride open. That would make it better, right? I think so. No way to set it just run after a long at station. Yes, there is. I just haven't done it yet. So I can go here and I can go under the operations and I can specify minimum rider load, half load. Let's do any load with a minimum wait time of 60 seconds, maximum of 110. There you go. Hold on. So no matter what load it is, if it's past 60 or past 110 seconds, it's going. So now we actually have people riding the coaster. The one person. She's scared. Oh, we got more people in line. We got some adventurous types. Okay, this is where I made my mistake, chat. The exit should have been here. This is a kind of a bug in the game that I really, really wish they would fix. the person technically, this ride is empty. The person has now left and has gone into the safe area. It will not be until she reaches that point that that closes and these open. So because of that, that causes an issue with how the game progresses, with the with the speed and the amount of people you can crank through a ride. So what you always want to do when you're playing this game is try and have the entrance centrally located to all these. And I couldn't remember when I was building this. You want to have the entrance centrally located to all of these, and the exit thing right here. Where this double exit gate is, you want the exit to be right there. So that way they literally just have to walk that minor amount. You stand an hour and a half long queue to get on the exit. Hey, technically that's what the ride was before when I had none of the rides turned on. People would come into the park, they'd walk all that way from the parking lot, they'd come in, they had nothing to do. So these three people seem to be enjoying the ride. Is he gonna throw up? They had a good time, I think. They had a good time. And then what I could do if I wanted to, and this is the coolest part about the game, obviously remember, they have to walk all the way over here, before the people can get back on. But they should be in here. There they are. So if I want to, I could look at this dude here with the amazing fashion sense. No, not my mechanic. Look at those. Come on. Camo hoodie, blue striped shorts. Guy's got fashion sense for days. And he's wearing sandals. So if I want to, I could just sit here and monitor this person. I could actually look at it from first person from his view. Say, hey honey, how are you? You're looking at the mechanic's butt, aren't you? Can't take you anywhere. That's it, we're done. So you can go into interest camera and kind of follow them around. But you can get their individual thoughts, so they can find out, like Gold Fever 3, which was the name of the roller coaster, was quite the line was quick. Park could do with expanding a little, which we plan on doing. You know, you could see if they're carrying anything, what rides they visited, how much money they have. So there's $158 left in this person's pocket. So this is like super creepy theme park. It's like we literally know, and Disney, don't doubt Disney knows. Disney, I'm sure, knows exactly how much credit you have on that credit card when you come into the park. Says this is exactly how much money they have. And we got to make sure that they leave with none of it. And not only that, we have the ATM. Holy cow, this ride's popular. Look at this. What are people saying? Free entry, yes, please. Because sandbox mode, I don't have to charge. So basically, and this is where you can find out the group types that they belong in. So, you know, teens will want more high energy rides than families, you know. Magic bands are credit cards for those who are standing in parks and resorts. So yes, they know. Oh yeah. Except magic bands get tied to your credit card, so they go beyond. Oh, this person bought a hat before I turned off the other hats. It was only supposed to be cowboy hats sold here, sir. You were not supposed to buy that. Damn it, Edmund. That's not Edmund. I gotta name that something else. Anybody? What should we name this guy? We gotta name the guy that bought the skull face before it was it's now a limited edition skull face because we don't sell them anymore. I gotta name him something. So you can name everybody in the park. You can name everybody in the park. How about just Bonesy? How about I turn caps lock off? There we go. We'll call him Bonesy. So if we're ever curious what's going on, that's Bonesy. We can find him. You know, so you can actually look, and there are like special glasses and stuff that can get sold, and you can have your. Oh, this person bought the Christmas hat, and you can see they're part of a group, so you can actually see when they come as a group of teenagers or whatever else, and the rides that they're interested in and stuff all matter. It factors all of that into play. My little crow stalking the people. Wow, look at this dude. They did a really good job representing the diversity of the theme park crowd. Mr. Skullhead. Can I find him? Is he already on the ride? There he is. I can't click him when he's on the ride. You go in park management and find the guests. Guest thoughts. Oh, look at this. Look at that. We're doing much better now that we opened and actually enabled our rides. So we got a little bit of country western stuff going on here. Looks like the rides are pretty popular. Obviously, the prefab rides are going to be super easy. You just plug and play. But we got a little staff room over here. Got our security guard. You can tell he's security because he's got the mustache. Magnum PI. And it looks like my plaza is actually kind of working. They're not walking in the middle here, but that's probably, but I could fix that most likely. Let me try. Let's try doing this. No, I don't want an adventure bench. I want something kind of country. Western picnic bench. So we're just going to throw a couple benches here. Oh, I thought I saw someone sitting on that, and I think they were, but that rock is not the right shape rock. So let me do this. Let me see if I can get it flat. There we go. Let's see if they sit on it. It's not perfect, but it's kind of, I think it's better than not being able to sit on the rocks. I think that's kind of cool. So now that I have the benches in the middle, it gives people a place to sit. You can see how they're starting to walk in the middle to get to things. You know what? I need more people wearing cowboy hats, so I'm going to drop the price of these to $8. You're in a cowboy land. You need a cowboy hat. So step right up and get your damn cowboy hat. Can I fix this little clippy thing here? Nope, it's not going to let me. Damn it. I really wish I could get rid of that. Get rid of angle snap, maybe. I mean, I could hypothetically do that. But then people could walk back there. Which I guess that's fine, actually, because that door and that building is there. So these cactuses don't really make sense here anyway. And again, because the pathing has changed a little bit, I have to move these items around a little bit to get them to actually fit where they should be. Otherwise, people are going to start walking through things. I'm not sure if they can walk in that or not. We're just going to do this for now, and we'll keep an eye on them and see if anybody walks through. Oh, man. I just can't take them anywhere. Drop this down. There we go. Dude. You know what? First and foremost, you're wearing the wrong uniform. You're supposed to be wearing purple. Okay. Training. Training capable. Where's my park management? Staff. All staff. Okay. I'm going to train. These guys are not happy. So we're going to train them up. We're just going to give them raises. All right. Umberto Henry has got a low workload. He works at Hats Fantastic too. And so if I can pick him up, he's heading to the staff building. Everyone's freaking resting in the staff building. So if I want to, where's the? I forgot how to set this up, so I'm trying to see if I can find. You know what? I want to sell more hats, and he goes on break. Versi Venchu. Where the hell's my... No vendor available. Park management. Staff. Give me a vendor. Hey, Harry Perrin. Harry Perrin. Where are you going? You're entering the shop. You're entering the wrong... You're entering the Gulpy shop. You're wearing the wrong uniform. People not know the dress code? There you go. Look at this. I open the Gulpy station for 2 seconds. Look at that line. What do you think is going to happen when I hire somebody to actually work the hat stand now that I lowered the prices, huh? All right, come on, Donnie. Come on, Donnie, do me right. Get you some purple outfit, because park colors. I want to see people buying hats. So this is going to be a $5 hat. We want you to wear cowboy hats, damn it. Not pirate hats. What are you doing, Cheese Whiz? Really? That person's name is Cheese Whiz? I didn't make that up, chat. I did not enter that. That is their name. They are with Tubbs McGee, Robert, and Boopa Snoot. Can they not get to this? I'm legitimately wondering if there's an issue with how that path was set up. You know what I mean? See how the path is kind of inside the building? Malformed path part. Okay, so let's fix this. First and foremost, we're going to go... We're going to try and fix these paths. Because I think that was the problem. These people are stranded over here right now. See if I can get this too. See if I can expand this. The hell is that? No, I don't want that elevated. Thank you very much. Okay, so it looks like the pathing is working around here. I got this weird little kind of something or other here. I really need to get rid of. Let me take a look here. I don't know if I can fix this path problem. There we go. Let's try this again. Okay, so we definitely want that to be there. Shrink this down a touch. I mean, I've already got the width set to 4 meters. I will get this figured out, Chad. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I've got that one done. Got that there. Now all I need to do is do 4 meter. I think it's when I tried to fix this issue over here that it became a problem. Because it's supposed to kind of be walked in over there. So let's see if I can fix this. Let's go from this side. Okay, let's see if that works better. This path is still very weird here. But I can kind of... think I can make that work. The music's too creepy. No, wearing a hat like that is spelled cheese. They're not having enough fun, they won't buy hats. Probably. Or if my path was bad, which is what I thought. And now they're buying hats like crazy. See, now that's more like it, chat. Now we got cowboy hats. So now we're going to have people walking around looking cowboy. Looking country. Looks like I got some of my pathing figured out. Not all of it's great. I'm going to have to fix some of my rocks and the like. This roller coaster is still mostly light usage because it's scary as hell. So what I could do for this is I could do a marketing campaign and bring in kids. And then the teenagers are going to be more interested in riding this type of coaster. But that'll give us at least a basic starting point for a park. We got our Chief Beef. I love the detail that they put in the game, though, to where, I mean, the person, they don't need to do this. Have a person dancing behind the thing, handing actual hamburgers out. You know, there's a lot of really good attention to detail in this game. You know, hat's fantastic. And the Gulpy's the same way. And let me see, park management. Let me do my staff, all staff. Pete Muse, security guy, is a little low on energy. Let's see. Everyone seems pretty happy staff-wise. That's a good sign. Our profit for our Gold Fever roller coaster is pretty damn terrible because it's $10 to get on, and people are scared to death of it. So let's make it 8. Let's make it 8. See if we can get some people on there. Yep, somebody threw up. Damn it. What was their last thought? Circle the Wagon looks really cool. This vomit is disgusting. Okay, so it's my... Where the hell is my janitor? Janitors. Cleaning standard restroom. Resting at staff building. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Who said you could take a break? Upgrade your staff building to offer a perk to give staff members who rest their certain benefits. Perk. Staff healthcare. Entertainment, social club, security office, PR course, rec room. Healthcare. There we go. We'll give you guys healthcare. Now I gotta hire another damn janitor. Just make sure that that's picked up because people aren't going to get on the ride if there's vomit sitting outside. Keep turning away because it's gross. I don't feel like spending money at Hat's Fantastic right now. What's wrong with you? See, we got some people that know what they're doing. Look at this cowboys in line. Chief Beef is closed. We need another. Do we need another vendor? No, you weren't supposed to be here. You're fired. I accidentally hired you. You're fired. Sorry. Go home. Explain to the wife. Okay, there we go. Let's make sure we stay staffed up. Need a janitor station outside the roller coaster? Nah. Only 3 people ride the roller coaster a day. It's fine. See, there's the 3 people. set the price at $6 to build up the hype and slowly amp it up to 10. I think it's just scary. The ride is scary as hell for people. So let me do this. How about this? We are going to set it to free. We're going to set it to free, chat. Totally free ride. Totally free ride. And then we can do park management. We can do finances. Marketing. Start a marketing campaign. We need more families, fewer teenagers. We need teenagers. Viral video online campaign for $1,000. We won't do auto renew though. There we go. Multiple threats reported in the park. Security been notified. Damn kids. Damn kids. You know what that means? You know what that means? We're bringing in the army. Yeah, you better run. You better run. You are not going to get away with it. I see you. Security has reported me. Run. Thought you'd get away with it? You are getting away with it, aren't you? Nope, you're leaving the park. Good, get out. Amber McDowell. I'm too fast for their security guards. Up. Fun fact, if you're in line at the Rock and Roller Coaster and goes offline for 5 to 15 minutes, it's because they had to clean up vomit. Or it's because it broke, because it's a piece of crap and the thing has literally never been working in the entire time that I've ever been to Disney World, and I have literally been over 50 times in my life. That's the other reason. It just always breaks down. Either that or it takes them 10 hours to clean up vomit. All right, so security is tightening the noose here. Not going to let these people get away with this anymore. They thought they'd get away with it. Ah, pff. See, now that the ride is free, we're going to have 4 people on it. I need to get more foot traffic over here, I think. I think that might be why. So I'm wondering, what can I do? I could do a gift shop. Do a Western gift shop right outside the coaster ride. Right at the exit. That seems about right for a theme park, right? Justa Momento. Snow Globe, Crystal Ball, or Sci-Fi Radio. What did I do? Put that back. There we go. I have a friend who works in the engineering department. The stories you hear, oh, I could imagine. I honestly think that, and look, Disney is amazing for keeping up their rides. They're the best by far. Universal's terrible by comparison. Rock and Roller Coaster, I believe in my heart of hearts that there's something fundamentally wrong with that ride, because it is always broken, and it's not the maintenance people's fault. It is legitimately, I think there's just a problem with how they engineered it to begin with. And it's 100% guess on my part. I have no actual first-hand knowledge of any of this. It's kind of cool that they could sit on the rocks. I love that little hack. That's cool. I'm going to be doing that a lot more. So I think this is probably where I'm going to see if this will drive more foot traffic over to this ride. It looks like we're starting to get some more people coming in. Again, I did the viral marketing campaign to bring in the teenagers. and teenagers are less averse to scary rides. They actually prefer them in some cases. So I'm hoping that's going to get a little bit more people on it. Especially because it's free. Teenagers are broke. Wow. Ugh. What the hell? Oh my god, it's a mutant. It's a mutant. So hopefully that'll at least get some foot traffic into that ride. That way it's not gone completely to waste. And then what I could do if I decide that I really want to make this work, I just need to go into it. And if I select this, I can go to operations. I think I have to actually, yeah, I have to do the actual tests. But I could do fear and things like this. I could put a brake here to slow it down. You know, just in this one section, slow it down a little bit. And when just by doing that, will make it a much less scary ride for them to ride on. And then this loop-to-loop here, I could possibly make it a little bit wider, tone it down some, and get more people to actually ride the ride. But I can do that on the next stream if I feel like it, because it is time for me to go. I need to work tomorrow, and I need to make sure I'm conscious for it, otherwise the boss gets mad. So let me go ahead and save this park. And I will leave it at that. Go ahead and flip this out. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the Planet Coaster stream. I do plan on doing more of them. They're fun, and I enjoy it. And I want to go, obviously, this kind of does it for the Western area for me. So I'm going to end up going into a different theme. Maybe I'll do fantasy. Maybe I'll do sci-fi. Maybe I'll do kind of the centerpiece. I'm thinking like something Victorian mansion kind of centerpiece, just to kind of go with the whole, the whole Mad Hatter thing. See if I could do something kind of upscale like that and see how that works. I don't know. I'm still torn on how I want to do the center of the park. Maybe we'll do an Adventureland with a boat ride or something like that, or work on a pirate area. Don't know. The possibilities are very numerous. We could even do a city with ghosts in it. Go ahead and close down the music. Thank you guys so much for coming out. If you're new to the stream and you haven't yet, please, if you would mind hitting that follow button, it will let you know, hopefully, if Twitch isn't broken when I'm online. You can also follow me on Twitter and check out my Discord. That's also where you can find out whether or not I'm streaming, or say hi and see if I'll respond, which I usually do. I read everything. I appreciate the follows, the subs tonight. They're very, very appreciated. And I'll do everything I can to make sure that I earn them. So tomorrow's usually my night off. I do expect to be off because Thursday is my big meeting day during the day job. And I want to make sure that I'm well rested to talk to the boss. Otherwise he gets mad. But then Thursday night, I expect to be back online and maybe do more of this. Maybe I'll do some Sea of Thieves. I'm still bouncing around. Maybe I'll go back to that game. Haven't decided yet. But thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. And I think that's about it. I was going to say something else and then it completely slipped my mind because it's late and I'm tired. But thanks so much, guys. I appreciate it. Most of all, I appreciate your time. It is the most valuable thing that you own. You can't make more of it. You don't know when it's going to run out. And the fact that you're willing to spend even a minute of it with me is something that I have to keep earning. So I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a great, great night.